You've been lied to about what makes a woman want you. You've been taught to chase, to constantly prove you're good enough, to send that good morning text first, to always be available, to show her how serious you are by overgiving, over-explaining, and over-committing. And yet, she still pulls away. She still gives mixed signals. She still chooses someone else. You're putting in all the effort, but you're not the one being chased. And here's what stings the most. You think it's because you're not attractive enough, not rich enough, not confident enough. But the truth is far simpler. You've been operating from the wrong playbook. Because while you're focused on winning her over, she's focused on evaluating if she even wants you in the first place. And if you don't understand why that's happening, you'll keep repeating the same pattern, getting attached too fast, giving too much, and wondering why she slowly loses interest. So in this video, I'm going to break it all down. I'll tell you exactly what you're doing wrong, and more importantly, I'll show you how to flip the script, how to become the man that she thinks about non-stop, the man who doesn't chase, because he's being chased. By the end, you'll understand the secret 99% of men never learn. Let's begin. The moment you're crafting the perfect text. She's checking her phone, not to reply, but to see if someone else texted. While you're rearranging your schedule to see her, she's wondering if she even feels the spark. While you're staying up thinking about her, she's already forgotten what you said yesterday. That's not a judgment. That's reality. And it's happening because of one simple fact. You're chasing. She's choosing. And when a woman gets to choose without competition or challenge, she loses interest. Fast. Attraction doesn't grow in comfort. It grows in uncertainty. And that's the part you've been missing. Because everything you've been taught about relationships is based on giving her what she wants. When what triggers real obsession is becoming what she can't stop thinking about. And if that idea doesn't sit right with you, good, because it means you're finally waking up. Now, let me show you what creates that obsession. Before we go deeper, just do one thing for me. Hit the like button. If this is already hitting something real, what's coming next will hit even harder. Let's keep going. Every woman has mental real estate. Most of it's filled with life. Work, family, stress, goals, drama, fears, hopes. But there's a small piece, prime, expensive, psychological real estate, reserved for things she can't forget. Thoughts that repeat, questions that don't have answers, moments that felt different. And here's the kicker. Most men never even get close to that space. They're like a billboard on the side of the highway, noticed, then gone. But some men, they build a permanent structure in her mind. They create emotional architecture she navigates her world around. And the ones who do that, they understand this one powerful truth. Her mind remembers what's unfinished. Let's talk about why. There's a psychological effect called the Zeigarnik Effect. The brain remembers unfinished tasks far more vividly than completed ones. That's why a song gets stuck in your head if it ends abruptly. That's why a conversation that stops mid-sentence can linger in your mind for days. Now apply that to relationships. Most men try to be complete, predictable, fully explained. They text back right away. They tell her everything. They lay out their feelings on the table, hoping it earns them her attention. But it doesn't. It kills mystery. It ends the story. The men she chases, they're unfinished business. They leave parts of themselves unrevealed. They create curiosity, not conclusions. They spark questions, not answers. And her mind, wired to complete the puzzle, starts filling in the blanks. with fantasies, assumptions, desire. She becomes the author of the missing story. And since she wrote it, it's exactly what she wants. Let's go deeper. Like any economy, value and attraction is driven by supply and demand. The more accessible, available, and eager you are, the less value your presence holds. And that's where most men destroy their chances. They create artificial abundance of themselves. Always texting, always complimenting, always available. They become the emotional equivalent of a clearance sale. High supply, low demand, zero mystery. But the man who creates pursuit, he does the opposite. He offers artificial scarcity, not because he's cold or manipulative, but because he values his time, his mission, his energy. He doesn't give his presence freely. He makes it earned. His attention isn't automatic. It's selectively granted. And because of that, it's worth something. You're not distant. You're rare. And the rarer something becomes, the more she craves it. And that leads to the most powerful shift. Instead of trying to win her over, you start evaluating her behavior. You're no longer the applicant. You're the interviewer. You're not asking, does she like me? You're asking, do I want her in my world? And when she feels that shift, when she realizes she's not in control of the dynamic anymore, that's when the chase begins. But here's the warning, and it's serious. There's a thin line between healthy pursuit and toxic obsession. Used wrong, these techniques can break someone emotionally. They can trigger unhealthy attachment, codependency, obsession. This is not about manipulation. It's about responsible self-control. You want to create curiosity, not damage. You want her to be drawn to your life, not addicted to your validation. The goal is mutual pursuit, not emotional dominance. Because if you use these tools with the wrong intent, you'll not only ruin women, you'll ruin yourself. So how do you do it right? Scarcity can't be faked. If you're pretending to be busy, pretending to have options, pretending to be confident, she'll see right through it. The man who naturally creates pursuit doesn't perform value. He possesses it. He doesn't need to act unpredictable. His life is unpredictable because it's full of growth and purpose. He doesn't need to manufacture social proof. People are drawn to him because he lives fully. You don't need to play the game if you are the prize. And that's the real shift. Women chase men who are already chasing something bigger than women. A man on a mission is magnetic. A man focused on building himself, his body, his mind, his business, his vision, has gravity. He's not trying to be chased. He just isn't available to the games. And that's what pulls her in. She wants to understand him. She wants to be part of his world. She wants to be the woman who finally wins his attention. And all of that happens when you stop chasing her and start chasing your purpose. Because the ultimate mind game is the one you play on yourself. When you stop trying to become what she wants and start becoming who you're meant to be, the chase flips. You don't need strategies. You don't need pickup lines. You don't need to constantly prove your worth, because your life proves it for you. And when your life is full, rich, intentional, women don't need to be convinced to want you. They fight to be part of it. That's the secret. That's the shift. And that's the truth 99% of men never figure out.